Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome to the channel. For those of you who are brand new, welcome. Today I am going to be planning for the first week of February using, for the very first time, my own cut stickers. This kit is from PrintPetticoatBandit, and it may look familiar to some of you who have been watching this show, but I recently got a silhouette machine, so I've been experimenting with making my own kits, and I just wanted to go through what I was able to print out. This took a lot of trial and error. I ended up messing up several sheets, but ultimately I'm very excited because I think A, it's going to save me money, B, it means I have more flexibility, and C, no waiting time, because it's a digital download. So once you get it, and that's it. This kit came with several more sheets that I opted not to print just because I knew I wouldn't need them. But this is page 1. I opted for the full washi at the bottom so I wouldn't have to split things up. The only thing I'm not crazy about here is that she used some kind of glitter art in the background rather than black, and so it makes it a little bit difficult to read, which I'm not crazy about. This is sheet number 3, comes with an extra full box and some more stuff going on here. These icons are really nice, but they're very, very tiny, so I'll see if I end up using those. And you can see, trial and error, I cut right through the paper. This also came with the sheet, so these actually are a little too big, but we'll see if I end up using them. This was an additional sheet I purchased. I am still moving in, so I opted for the boxes. Our trash and recycling situation, because we just moved in, we're trying to take out our things more regularly, so we don't have a trash day anymore. We just take it out as needed. Okay, so I am gonna get started. I have my extra stickers in here, and I will be using those as well, but yeah, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, I have to say that using these sheets was very questionable. Look how easily that lifted off. I do not want you to think that that was how quickly I got all of that together. This took days for me to figure out how to calibrate the silhouette machine, how to get my printer to print what I wanted on certain paper. It was a lot of work. So please don't think that this just comes together very, very quickly. It does not. But I do think that the color scheme, the fit and size of the stickers was so easy to use that I'm definitely going to be using kits from this shop in the future. One thing I will say is that I had to use several passes of cuts, and not all of the sheets that I ended up using were cut the same way. So you'll see that I'm trying to get stuff off the paper and it just isn't working. So I just kind of gave up on those stickers, but that's okay. And I'm probably going to switch to a different kind of sticker paper because I'm not crazy about the quality of this one. But when I find a good one, I will definitely post it in the bottom so you can see what I ended up using. This kit, of course, is reflective of the show Bridgerton, which is crazy addictive, and my husband and I watched it in a week. He likes British dramas, although both of us were a little put off by like all the sex scenes, and I'm not a prude, but it was just a little too much. There's one scene in particular that I think is actually really horrific, and I won't really discuss here, but just to give everyone caution, in episode 6, there's inappropriate sexual assault, which does not seem like sexual assault to the naked eye in the way we normally talk about it, but it definitely is. So just be aware of that. Anyway, I ended up using a full box, and I slimmed it down to make it fit, because I was trying to use as many of those as I could. And I just love the color scheme. It's like a soft French blue. And the other 2 weeks I'd been doing similar color schemes, so I actually could have put in stickers from previous weeks, but I ended up not doing that. This will be my second week living in this new apartment, and I've got a lot of boxes all over the house still. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to use those other sheets because, like I mentioned before, they weren't cut properly. So I ended up not being able to utilize them in this spread. But I will run them through the machine again, see if I can get them cut deeper. But here you go. So one of the fun things about looking at this kit and trying to use all of the stickers was there were just so many. Normally I'm trying really hard to figure out the placement because I'm limited, but when I can print these sheets again and again and have more and more of the same that I want, it's kind of freeing. So I really did enjoy that. This will be my second full week of being in a clinical placement and also starting classes. This semester I am taking 3 classes, 2 of which are not happening at the same time. So for the first half of the semester, I am taking ASL through Gallaudet University. It's an online finger spelling course, and I'm doing this to work towards oral rehabilitation credits so that I can practice in North Carolina, which is a requirement. You can see, oh, here we go. So I could not get this Hello Weekend sticker apart. It ended up ripping, and I even tried to salvage it and it just didn't work. So I ended up just not using it because it's not super important anyway. But so the finer stickers were a lot more difficult to manipulate with this specific printer paper. I had gone ahead and written out what I wanted on the sidebar, so I'm tracking medicine, taking a walk, and also making sure that I keep up with my ASL every day because it is a language, and the best way to learn a new language is to practice it every day. Monday through Thursday, I have a full schedule of clinical sessions with different students out of my placement site, and it's all teletherapy. There are a couple of breaks in between. However, there were a lot of missed sessions last week because of snow days and other things, so I'm trying to make sure that I have time for everything. I also have to schedule live sessions with ASL Sign Pals, and these are people who are fluent in ASL and have to do assignments with me and then grade me on my performance. So it's very, very important that I prepare for these well. And you have to do at least 5 sessions a week, and you have 6 days really to pull that off. So all in all, I did end up using some of these cute character stickers that came with the kit, and I thought they were so cute. I love that they have different skin types and hair types so that, I don't really care about that stuff. Like when I buy it, I usually match it for myself, but honestly, I don't feel the need to have myself represented so much, just as long as the activity is represented. So it's cool. I can have diversity in my planner without paying extra for it, which is really great, as it should be, actually. So I'm just marking in my prep time for clinical placement and then my actual clinical placement hours. And then I have just like a 20-minute break that I can utilize for whatever I need. And then just going to mark in that I have a makeup session right after. So normally I would have a longer break, but this time I'm using that makeup session to work in student that we missed. Those are Once More with Love icons, cat with distractions. I love those. I might have to get a couple more of them. They're really cute. I loved having all these flags to play with. There were just so many of them of different sizes and shapes, and I really enjoyed having that flexibility to work everything in. Trying to make sure that I'm scheduling those half-hour ASL Connect sessions every day or every other day, just to make sure that I don't lose track and get everything all together and coordinated. So just put in a blank flag. Actually didn't pull that in because I just wasn't sure what I was going to be doing with that. If that's time for me to have a longer dinner with my husband or make something to make time for myself, whatever works, and just filled in that space. On Wednesday, I have to do some SimuCase work for my practicum class because I am still in school in addition to all my clinical placements. And then I added in a Jessica Hart sticker. It's a video conference sticker that just came out. I did my first order from her recently because she put out this really pretty kit called the Irish Queen that I just had to have for St. Patrick's Day month. So St. Patrick's Day week, rather. So I ended up getting that. And then this was a little cute desk that I got from the kit that I bought. And it was nice to have something that I've been using. If you look at my week, it's just computer, 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 more computer, and then for a change of pace, computer. So I really wanted something a little different, and that worked perfectly. This is another Once More with Love. That's actually a learning sticker, online learning, but I put clinical placement again. And then just put in something to mark dinner, and then another ASL Connect session. And there's another little flag down there below, because maybe I can use that time to Zoom with a friend back home or something. Okay, and then on Thursday is like the Friday of my week because it's my last day of clinicals that are regularly scheduled. So I have a little bit of prep time in the morning, and then I just got excited and started pulling stickers off the sheet, trying to make use of this clipboard box and how I wanted to schedule my time. That just says prep time, and then 10:30 to 1:30, and then Calypso and update our internal server with notes, just making a note to do that. And then there's a beautiful teacup that came with this kit that I'm just going to say lunch and tea break. Make sure that I give myself some time to refresh and relax. And then when all of those are done, I have more work. SimuCase and Practicum 5. Usually there's an assignment every week. So I've been doing that on Thursday afternoons, saving some time. And then scheduling another ASL Connect session in there to make sure that I'm staying on track. And then I put in a blank large flag on Thursday night because I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. But I wanted to leave some space for myself. Sometimes just having a placeholder makes all the difference. Making sure you give yourself enough time to have that space and to be okay. I ended up using a decorative flag here just to mark my ASL Connect. Now see, this is where I was trying to, I was going to take a little run to drop off our garbage because our garbage is nowhere near, our compactor is nowhere near where we live. It's like half a mile down the road. So we don't have a car, so we have to sort of make a trip to do that. It's a nice walk, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. So that's actually a flat lay that came with this kit. There were two flat lays. One is a workstation and the other one is a planner station, which was really fun. So on Fridays, I want to make sure that I'm prioritizing SimuCase, ASL Connect, and I think I peppered this in it later, but I wrote mailing Valentine's because next week would be Valentine's week. That would be my ASL Connect session 9, which I think is my last session due for the week, but I wasn't sure. I am on the social gathering committee. I'm the chair of the social gathering committee, and I am leading all of the Speech Easies, which is our virtual happy hour that is for mocktails, cocktails, and anyone who wants to come. I also have started doing my laundry on Fridays just because of the nature of things. So that's a little sleep in sticker that came with the kit. And I'm using a scalloped corner flag just to mark that I'm going to be having breakfast and coffee. And that's my Plan With Me flat lay to mark that I'm going to be filming next week's Plan With Me. And then over here, I have to do some ASL Connect and making sure that I'm fully studied on Unit 2, and then scheduling my last ASL Connect session for the week. I just found out that they don't let you record sessions on Sundays, and unfortunately I found it a little too late. So just knowing that I can not have that happen again is helpful. And then, of course, scheduling a date night, making sure that we're making time for each other. Last night we watched the movie Soul on Pixar, on Disney Plus, and it was so good. So that is actually a really delicate sticker that printed out with this kit, and it worked. Like, taking it apart was not hard. So it's clearly just a matter of me getting to know the system and the silhouette a little bit better. But those delicate stickers are definitely possible. Fancy breakfast. We always have fancy breakfast on Sundays. Carb loaded, usually some sort of pancake or waffle. And then self manicure. You can see the top of my head. This is a new setup for me. I'm not going to keep it just because the lighting was not very good and it was a little hard to see, but I will be playing around with things, and hopefully next week the lighting will be a lot better and I can zoom in a bit more and play with things. So on Sundays, I don't know how everyone else spends Sundays, but I was able to put in a next week sticker to mark that next week is Valentine's week, so I can prepare and schedule things and do things fun in an upbeat way. And then I'm just pulling in some of my regular stickers now. That's a phone call sticker. I want to FaceTime with my parents on Sundays. Start doing that regularly. But anyway, just marking in a couple more things, mailing those Valentines. Overall, I think this spread came out beautifully. I love how delicate it is, and I think I'm very excited to be able to use more of these kinds of kits in the future. I do have a stockpile, so I will be using up the kits I have already purchased and prepared for, but you may see more of these coming up in the next couple of weeks, just to do something different. Anyway, here it is. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to subscribe, to comment. I love reading comments and responding, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their week and stays warm and stays safe. Bye.